Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, once again, the Standard has posted another headline, which is going to cause some tension in the faction of UDA. And the Standard has written something here, and I wish to take you through the headline. It says, Ruto's loan games. Ruto's loan games. And then on the front cover there, I can see Ruto shaking hands with Xi Jinping. And then there's another photo there. Yeah, that's a roundtable meeting. Most likely this is a Kenya delegation meeting Chinese in Beijing. Now, I can see something about 9 point something billion. This looks like a loan. There's the 2.6 billion and the loan. So, based on the headline, ladies and gentlemen, we can as well say that there's an issue of loan here. Now, that is just a headline I wanted to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, so that you can get to understand what the Standard newspaper said. But in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to shift our focus to a statement that Senator Kirungo wa THANGWA released through his X handle. And he titled this statement, Kenya's GDP growth. Numbers alone don't tell the full story. So there's something he has shared here which I wish to take you through. Mind you, this is happening at a time whereby William Ruto is busy defending Kenya's GDP in China. I think this is a move to try to get more funding from the Chinese government, especially on the China Roads and Belt initiative. Now, before I take you through this full story of the statement from Senator Kirungo wa THANGWA, please support this channel by liking this video. And also don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed before. And to our existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you, this channel wouldn't have grown. So Senator Kirungo wa THANGWA said this. The recent IMF report placing Kenya's nominal GDP at $131.67 billion ahead of Ethiopia and Tanzania is a noteworthy economic indicator. However, while this positions Kenya as East Africa's largest economy on paper, we must be cautious not to mistake numerical growth for real prosperity. Economic growth must be felt by the people. A larger GDP does not necessarily mean improved livelihoods, reduced inequality, or better access to services. It is entirely possible to top regional charts in GDP while citizens continue to struggle with the high cost of living, limited job opportunities, and underfunded public services. GDP per capita remains low, and the benefits of economic expansions are not evenly distributed. Moreover, much of this growth has been driven by debt-financed infrastructures and sectors that have yet to translate into widespread prosperity. Kenya should aim to lead not just in economic size, but in inclusive growth, fiscal stability, and the well-being of its citizens. It is not enough to be the biggest economy. We must also be the fairest, the most efficient, and the most accountable. Let us measure our success not just by numbers in international reports, but by how many lives we uplift here at home. So this is a statement that Senator Kirungo wa THANGWA, that is a Kiambu senator, released. Now, based on the statement from that press release, you can as well tell that he's literally trying to react to Ruto's statements in China. Because when he talks about international reports, you know, and trying to talk about how we are trying so much to justify our GDP in the international arena. When he makes such kind of utterances, it is literally trying to tell us that Ruto should speak the facts, as they are.
Stop borrowing from other countries. We will be borrowing from our own savings to finance our own development.
And that when you talk about GDP, it should translate to the price of unga, the price of petrol, the prices in the shops, the price everywhere. The Kenyans should feel that truly vitu zimepunguzwa. It should not be a case of you are being pushed hard so that utoe ushuru mwingi, and then at the end of the day unaumia. Unaumia, then after kuumia unajikuta kwamba you can't even breathe. That's why we were told by one Kenyan living in Chinese that the businesses cannot breathe. Businesses have been suffocated simply because of the more taxes that the government imposed on the people. And I shared that statement in the previous analysis, and the President, William Ruto, could not answer that question satisfactorily. Now, as usual, Senator Kirungu Athangwa got some responses. People had to respond. There's someone by the name Frank Pretezi. I've been following Frank Pretezi's responses lately. So let me just take you through a response from Frank Pretezi. But I think it differs with Senator Kirungu Athangwa. So then after this response, maybe you just tell me below in the comment section whether you think Frank Pretezi is telling the truth. So this is what he says. This ninja want to tell us that statistical analysis and numbers are lying. GDP runs the economy of the country, but you want us to balance your local or Munyoro politics at international level in the name of inclusivity for you to be satisfied that Kenya is doing well economically. Sometimes give credit where it's due rather than trying to show how ignorant or arrogant you can be. IMF doesn't hail from Kisumu, nor is from Rift Valley to criticize it. So then there's a picture here about some kind of representation on GDP. So this is GDP of East Africa countries in 2025 in billions of USD. So now if you go to South Sudan, based on this analysis, or rather based on the information here, South Sudan's GDP is $4 billion. Uganda's GDP is $64.28 billion. If you go to Rwanda, it is $14.77 billion. Whereas if you go to DRC Congo, it is $79.12 billion. If you go to Burundi, it is $6.75 billion. Tanzania's is $85.98 billion. Kenya, which tops the list here, is $131.67 billion. That is a representation as projected by IMF. So based on this analysis, the one that follows Kenya in terms of GDP growth is Tanzania. Then looking at this, we have the second one is Congo, DRC Congo. Then most likely from this list is Uganda. Then from Uganda, we have Rwanda. Then from Rwanda, we have Somalia. Then the last one here is South Sudan, the smallest country. So this is what Frank Pretezi is telling us, and this is information from the IMF. So do you agree with Frank? What he's saying, Because Kirungu Athangwa is talking about people feeling it in their pocket, not the country going in the international arena and saying that tunaendelea vizuri, we are good, our economy has grown, GDP is up. If you compare with the other East African countries, we are the best. Yeah, it's not enough to say that Kenya is a middle economy country, whereas the others are least developed countries. It's not enough. This must be felt in the pockets. Is that the case, ladies and gentlemen? So just go below in the comment section and tell us what you think about the reaction from Senator Kirungu Athangwa, because Kirungu Athangwa is talking about what Ruto is currently trying to do, marketing Kenya. He did that after an invitation from Xi Jinping. Last year, he did it when he was invited by Biden, again, the US state visit. So I've been looking at these two countries, major players, US and Beijing, China. They are all scrambling for Kenya. There must be something very, very important why they want to have Kenya in there, to have Kenya as their ally here in Africa. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to rest my case there, but just go below in the comment section and tell us your thoughts matters this explosive statement from Kirungu Athangwa. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.